President Trump making another big push for peace in Iran, even as the airstrikes continue and plans for a possible ground offensive take shape. Reporter Mike Tobin in Tel Aviv with the latest.
They are begging to make a deal, not me.
President Trump trying a dual track to end the conflict with Iran 24 days into Operation Epic Fury. On Thursday, the president said negotiations are going well, and he extended his deadline for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The Iranians tell a different story. They say there have been no talks, and they're still considering the president's 15-point plan.
And they'll tell you, we're not negotiating. We will not negotiate. Of course they're negotiating. They've been obliterated. Who wouldn't negotiate?
But just a day later, officials here in Israel threatened to, quote, escalate and expand their attacks on regime targets. And the Pentagon is reportedly preparing to deploy 10,000 more service members to the Middle East, though it's not clear at this point what their role would be.
Those troops working within the joint force are going to give President Trump more options, and that's what Iran needs to see.
But Iran shows no sign of backing down. Missile strikes on Gulf neighbors continue, and ships are still being targeted in the Strait of Hormuz, prompting new tactics from the White House.
We're going to see U.S. government-backed insurance program for naval ships that want to go through, along with naval escort.
Meanwhile, a growing number of lawmakers on Capitol Hill are asking questions about how the president can guarantee Iran holds up its end of any potential bargain.
We cannot trust any deal you make with Iran. I mean, we've been making deals with Iran for the last half century.
President Trump says Iran must reopen the Strait of Hormuz by April 6th. In Tel Aviv, Mike Tobin, Fox 13 News.
And checking in on gas prices, which continue to rise as the conflict drags on. The national average for a gallon of gas, $3.98 this morning. That is up 10 cents from last week. In our state, the average cost $5.30 a gallon. That's up 15 cents from last week.
New this morning, a historic change is coming to your wallet. The U.S. Treasury plans on putting President Donald Trump's signature on all new U.S. paper currency, which would be a first for a sitting president. This comes as he pushes for his face to be put on a coin after renaming government buildings and battleships to include his name. The Treasury says the money makeover is intended to honor America's 250th birthday. Happening tomorrow, dozens of No King protests are planned across western Washington, including in Bremerton, Tacoma, and Seattle. It's all part of a nationwide demonstration. The event will focus on immigration and the war in Iran, following similar demonstrations last June and October. For a full list of where these protests are happening, head to our website at fox13seattle.com.